So now we are going to start the LLM course. This course will teach you about LLMs and NLP using libraries from Hugging Face and not from Hugging Face as well. So while this course was originally focused on NLP, it has evolved to emphasize large language models. What is NLP? Basically, NLP is enabling computers to understand, interpret, and generate human language. So, sentiment analysis, entity recognition, machine translation, that's natural language processing. Next is LLMs, which are powerful subset of NLP models characterized by their massive size, extensive training data. So they are the subset of NLP models which are like having a lot of data and then just perform some language tasks. Like Llama, GPT, Claude are examples of LLMs. Throughout this course, you'll learn about traditional NLP, and LLM techniques, what to expect. Here's a brief overview of the course: Transformer using Hugging Face, Transformers, fine-tuning, sharing models, and then diving into. Okay, this is just what the course is about. Does not expect prior knowledge. Who are we? We are the authors. Yeah. So before jumping into Transformer, let's do a quick overview of what NLP is and why we care about it. Note that a list of project ideas is also available on the forum where I can get the code. Click on the banner at the top page to run the code in either Google Colab. Okay. And then how can I contribute? Can I reuse this course? Languages. And then yeah, let's go. Are you ready? You'll learn how to use pipeline function. Perfect. So natural language processing and large language models. Before jumping into transformers, let's do a quick overview of what NLP is, how large language models have transformed the field, and why we care about it. So NLP is linguistics and machine learning focused on understanding everything which is related to human language. The aim is not only to understand single words individually, but also to be able to understand the context, right? So like we are not focusing on single words, we're focusing on what the sentence looks like, what the paragraph looks like, or even like what an essay looks like. So that's NLP. The following is a list of common NLP tasks. So like classifying whole sentences. We are getting the sentiment of a review, classifying each word in a sentence, and then we are generating the text content, like completing a prompt, answering, extracting an answer from a text, and then generating a new sentence. So it is not limited to written text, it also catches some complex challenges in speech recognition and computer vision. And the rise of LLMs. In recent years, the field of NLP has been revolutionized by LLMs. These models or like architectures include GPT, which is generative pre-trained transformer, right? And Llama, what's possible in language. So LLM is an AI model which is trained on large amount of data and can understand and generate human-like text. So it can understand and generate human-like text, recognize some patterns, and then perform some language tasks without any task-specific training. They are characterized by scale because they contain millions, billions, and even hundreds of parameters. General capabilities, they can perform multiple tasks. And then in context learning, they can learn from examples. Emergent abilities, as these models grow in size, they demonstrate capabilities that were not explicitly programmed. The advent of LLMs has shifted the paradigm from building specialized models to a single large model that can be prompted or like fine-tuned to just a single task. So they have important limitations, which is hallucination, lack of true understanding, bias, context windows, and then computational resources. Why is language processing challenges? Because they don't process the way as we process the information. When we read the sentence, I'm hungry, we can easily understand its meaning. Given two sentences, I am hungry and I am happy, we're able to easily determine. But like for machine learning models, these tasks are difficult. They need to be processed in a way that enables a model to learn from it. And because language is complex, we need to think carefully. Even with the advances, these include understanding ambiguity, cultural context, sarcasm, and humor. Next is transformers, what they can do. In this section, we'll look at what a transformer models can do and use our first tool from Hugging Face Transformers library, that is the pipeline function. Open in Collab, click on this with all the code sample. This button will present in any section. If you want to run examples locally, we recommend taking a look at the setup. Transformers are everywhere. Now, what are transformer models? So under NLP, transformer models are those models which are used to solve all kind of tasks across different modalities, including NLP, computer vision, audio processing, and more. So they can solve every kind of tasks. Some of the companies and organizations using Hugging Face and transformer models. The Transformers library provides the functionality to create and use these shared models. The Model Hub contains millions of pre-trained models that you can just download and use. And before diving into how Transformer works, let's look at a few examples of how they can be used to solve some interesting NLP problems. Now, the most basic object in the transformer library is pipeline function. This is the most basic object, that is the pipeline function, which connects a model with the necessary pre-processing and post-processing steps, allowing us to directly input any text and just get an intelligible answer. So from the transformers library, we are importing this function. The classifier equals to, from the pipeline, we want to do like sentiment analysis, and the classifier that we are giving is, I have been waiting for this for my whole life. The label says positive. This sentiment is positive with this score. We can even pass some several sentences. I've been waiting for Hugging Face scores. I hate this so much. So like this is positive, but this is negative. By default, this pipeline selects a particular pre-trained model that has been fine-tuned for sentiment analysis in English. So from the pipeline function, like from the model, you want to do sentiment analysis, and then whatever sentence you put in, and it's just gonna give you like, is that positive or is that negative? It is downloaded and cached when you create the object. So here you created the classifier object. If you rerun that command, the cached model will be used instead, and there is no need to download the model again. So here are the three here are the three steps involved. Yeah, we'll do it like at the end. First, let's just read the text so we know like what's happening in there. And then if you rerun the command, the cached model will be used instead, and there is no need to download the model again. Okay, there are three main steps involved when you pass some text to a pipeline. First, that it is pre-processed into a format which the model can understand. Obviously, it has to be like pre-processed in a way that model actually understands it, and then those inputs are passed to the model, and then the predictions are post-processed so you can make sense of them. So pre-process, passed, and then post-process. Next is available pipelines for different modalities. The pipeline function supports multiple modalities, allowing you to work with text, images, audio, and even multimodal tasks. So multimodal is like you can perform tasks with like text, images, audio at the same moment. And we'll focus on text tasks for this course, but here's an overview of what's available. For a full and updated list of pipelines, see the transformers documentation. First, for text pipelines, it is text generation, text classification, summarization, translation, zero shot classification, and then feature extraction. So text generation, which will generate a text from prompt. Classification, which will classify your text into some predefined categories that the model already has. And summarize, which will like create a shorter version but preserves the key information. Then translation is like translate text from one language to another. Zero shot is like classify text without prior training on some specific labels. We'll continue from text pipelines in the next video.